Thanks for watching us tonight, and in a new episode of Poorer Than Poorer, we are going to have two guests, Eastern and Western Europe, and they are going to have a challenge about which country is to be best to be poor in. And the winner of competition is going to win a year worth of food for their entire family.
Wow, what's the challenge going to be?
First, xenophobia. Let's try to define it, Bridget.
Well, xenophobia is dislike and prejudice against people from other countries. We'll definitely win this one, I guess.
How so?
Well, research by Mikhail Proshletsov confirms that Eastern European countries have higher rates of xenophobia, which makes Eastern European countries less tolerant of immigrants. They compared 5 countries from the East and the West together.
So what? We are talking about poverty.
Well, researchers discovered that people dislike immigrants because they take away their low-paying jobs. Xenophobia is thus a consequence of poverty. So yes, the fact that you have higher rates of xenophobia makes you poorer than we are. Moreover, you guys are also poor because the quality of the infrastructure is way worse off than that of Western European countries. You have potholes dug on the roads, throughout of ports, and railroads that are way worse off. It is a result of initial standards and lack of public spending of the maintenance and repair of infrastructure. So yeah, you lose.
1 point to West. On to the next challenge about income and intergenerational mobility. What is this?
It is movement within or between social classes and occupations from one generation to the next.
And as of the household income, I am sure that we have the highest one. We have around 45,000 euros according to studies.
I'm only gonna surpass that number with our 40,000 euros on average. What about our parents' educational level? Because that is positively correlated with their children's income. And in Eastern Europe, that average that went to tertiary school is 11%.
Well, I'm really sorry, but we win again. In Eastern Europe, it is 23% on average. Sorry.
1 point to West. Third, let's talk about healthcare. We all know that there is a large gap between East and West in terms of life expectancy, which is ultimate quality of healthcare. Who is going to be in favor?
Could you please define large?
Well, it's about 10 years.
We try to have the best healthcare system. I hope it ain't for nothing.
Well, it ain't. Life expectancy in Western Europe is about 83 years.
Yes, but there are some differences between in Eastern Europe, because for example in big cities like Warsaw and Prague the life expectancy is similar to the Western Europe, but what lowers the average is, for example, the life expectancy in some like small villages, so if you are born there, so yeah, sorry for that.
So, well, Mikhail, who's going to win?
Ta-ta!
Got anything else, Mikhail?
Of course, as we know, a high percentage of expenditures from GDP on social benefits means that wealth is more equally distributed. Let's see how much you spend on benefits from your GDP.
Okay. Do you even want to take the challenge, Chris?
Well, I'm always up for one, especially if the year's worth of food is at stake.
Okay then, you first.
Not liking this already, but we spend 11% of our GDP on average on social benefits.
That's way better than it used to be, but still ain't gonna cut it. We, on average, Western European countries, we spend 16% on our GDP on social benefits.
Western Europe, 60% on the GDP on social benefits.
1 point to West. And this is the end of today's episode of Poorer Than a Poorer. And the winner is representing Western Europe, Bridget.
Yay!
And see you next week with a new episode of Poorer Than Poorer. 1 point to East.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. I'm homeless since I was kicked out of school for smoking weed in the restroom twice.
1. You have to start, Mikhail.
Oh, really? I was thinking.
Well... No, I just say no.
1.
Third, there is a
Even if they